Hello, hello, crafty peeps. Welcome back to my channel, Crafty-ish-kristyn. Today we are going to have ourselves a little WIP&chatyrant. What is a WIP&chatyrant? You might be asking yourself. WIP, W-I-P, stands for work in progress, and a chatty rant is me chatting and ranting about the goings-on over the past week or so. Today, my WIP is The Last Supper. This is from Jaded Gem Shop. Goodbye, Duncan. Thanks for visiting. And this is the cropped version. There's a full image and there's crop. And there's also multiple sizes. I chose to get the smallest size because the smallest size was 40 centimeters by 180. So even though that is the smallest size, it's still pretty freaking big. I am right here. This is the 1/4 divider mark that I made. And this is the second half of the canvas. So I am right here. This is where we're going to be working today. I will put in a little clip of me showing you the canvas. It's on the kitchen floor and it's going to be wobbly because I can't hold the camera still to save my life. So I will put that in and then we will come back here. Here you go. All right, here is the Last Supper. Here is the full view. And we're gonna go down here. This is the first half I worked on. And then it stops right here around the silhouette of Jesus. And then I started on this end, worked my way this way, and I will work all the way to the middle and then do the Jesus silhouette last. Sorry about the shaking. This is looking fantastic, if I do say so myself. I have seen a bigger version, and I cannot remember who sent it to me. I'm gonna have to look it up. But they did the full size image, like the big one, and I think it was maybe 280 centimeters, something like that. It was massive, and it looked amazing. Part of me wishes I would have gotten a bigger one, just so the detail in the faces maybe was a little bit better, but just like, you know, most people will say, when you're doing a diamond painting, you're not supposed to look at it, you know, close up and put your face right next to here. You're supposed to stand back and look at it. And when you stand back and look at it, I feel like it looks pretty darn good. Obviously, up close, it's going to be a little more pixelated because it's made up of tiny squares. So there is that. I am using a sheet of Bee's Crafty Corner release paper. These are just cheapy Amazon ones because I have to be able to roll it. And sometimes when I roll, I tear. So I would rather damage this release paper than my cute stuff. This cover minder is from, I think it's K&S Pens. I got a pen, a tray, and the cover minder. Let's see what else. I have my Gems handmade pens from Etsy. I am using a little bit, hopefully this works for me. This is the Brains version of Alien Putty that I got from a friend, a little sample. This is a Bella Art Dana Cole 11 placer. It's a 3D printed multi-placer. Little trash tray, pink scissors, whoa, little bit of old putty, pink tweezers. I don't know if these Orloa tweezers are just, if they're not very sturdy or I'm just really, really rough with them, but this is like the gajillionth time that I have bent the tips on this, and I keep making my husband, you know, straighten them out. But I was trying to put the alien putty in here today. I was pushing it in with my tweezers. The tweezers slipped. I gouged my finger. I had a band-aid on, but then I washed my hands and the band-aid fell off and I forgot to put it on. So whatever. And then this is a Flawa Designs tray. This is the medium tray. and it fits in my hand perfectly. What else do we have? I do have some Pippy Halloween costume stickers left. I think I have a few from the last 2 weeks that I have not filled. Probably after this week or next week, I'm just going to stop mentioning it. So, you know, if you haven't gotten them, now is your chance. And then I have all of my drills in this case. This was the Pro Case 65, and I modified it. And if I remember, I will put a link to the video where I basically cut out a bunch more holes to fit more bottles, because I knew that I wasn't going to have enough bottles for all of the drills for this project, and there was a lot of wasted space. And so I thought, hey, why don't we try to do this? And it worked out okay. It is not the sturdiest foam by any means. You're probably supposed to leave it in the case, but the case doesn't fit in my IKEA rolly cart, so I have to take this out of the case. And if you don't do what I did, and that is, oh God, glue a piece of, you know, I think this was like part of a electric toothbrush box or something. As you can see, these would kind of go through. These were like actually just falling through. These ones, they stay in there better, but I didn't put the board behind those ones. But these and these definitely will sink right through. So that is what we are working with. There are a few colors that I am concerned about. Hopefully I do not run out of anything. I don't know if Jade Gem Shop does replacement drills if you run out. I would hope so for the price of the kit, but I honestly don't know. And there are quite a few colors that are trash city. But as long as I have enough, I'm fine. 310s, seriously, those have been a challenge. So let me get zoomed in, rearranged, and we will get into things. Don't go anywhere. All right, my colors are going to look a little weird because I have to use my overhead light because it's super dark and dreary outside. Ugh. You know, it's fine. It is what it is. This is one of the fairy dust colors, and this is not going to do, no, it's not going to zoom. It's not going to do it justice, but they are very pretty. This is a 3865. I hope everybody is doing well and amazing, and if you are not, I hope things turn around. Okay, come on, turn around. Oh, well, that's because the drill's upside down. Turn around for you. God, it's been first thing, and I just literally got putty all over my canvas. Awesome. Awesome. It's going to be one of those today, isn't it? Yep. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Today's been weird already. Yeah. So, okay. Let's just hope we got the Kristen being stupid out of the way already and move on from that. So, what is going on in the diamond painting front? I have not purchased anything again this week. Whew. It's getting, I don't know. I don't want to say it's getting easier. I'm trying to really make an effort to not put temptation in front of my face hole, if you will. So let's put that there. I didn't get any advent calendars this year for like diamond painting stuff. I got the Add More Zest calendar, or yeah, I guess they call it a calendar, but you know, it's not a calendar, but you know what I mean. I got that one last year, and there's still stuff that I haven't used from it. Not that it wasn't fun and wasn't a great deal, but I think I'm too picky, honestly. So I did, get with the program. I think I'm just, this year I'm like, no, I don't think so. And I did see that, like Diamond Art Club was doing an advent calendar, and I am not aggressive enough to try to snag myself one of those. And then I think they're doing a mystery box as well. And I am too picky about things to roll the dice with a mystery box. So I'm safe from all of that. Go me. But I haven't ordered any accessories this week. No putties, no papers, although I have some papers that I do want to order, but I'm waiting for a custom Etsy image before I order any release papers or anything like that. So I'm waiting, because if I'm going to order release papers, and by the way, Bee's Crafty Corner has now officially, she can print certain pieces of artwork from Regan Kubicek, which, if you're like, who the heck is Regan Kubicek? It's understandable. She is a big artist over at Art and Soul, and she's an artist, like she's artist, but she has a lot of her diamond paintings with them, and I think some with Dreamer Designs, but she has done a lot of the Care Bear style pieces of art, and there are some Christmas Care Bear inspired papers that are going to have to come home to me, but I'm trying to wait to order everything at once so I'm not paying for shipping twice, because shipping is a necessary evil. But if I can minimize the amount of money that I'm spending on shipping, then I'm going to try to do it. What else? I did a row on the round diamond kit that I'm working on from Mystical Dream Diamonds. I finished one row, and then I told myself I was going to do 2 rows on this one. So this is row, oh my gosh, I don't know if this putty's going to work for me. This is row number 2. This is the last little section. I was going to wait until and was going to work on this and then do this, but this is all brown and kind of like flesh colored, and I was like, So I thought this little teal section, although it doesn't look teal on camera, there are lots of teals. One thing I have noticed though, like, I don't know if you can see, but like this is this guy's, neck, body. It's a little too close to the wall color over there for me. It's not a deal breaker, and I'm sure once it's done, it's not going to matter. But when you're working on it up close, you get that panic. But the Mystical Dream kit is going okay. I don't know if I'm not good with rounds in general. I am not good at being able to tell if round diamonds are the correct size, or if they're too small, or they're too big, or they're just right. I really second guess myself with round diamonds, but there have definitely been some too small and too big, and if I can tell fairly quickly, then I'm like, oh geez. And I don't know if it's just because this is the first row of the kit, and so it's usually the first time you're taking any diamonds out of the bottle, and so maybe I'm just getting all the misshapen ones out of the way now. So we will see as we progress. I'm hoping that's the case. I don't want to have to work super hard to find, usable diamonds in my kits. But this one, I have definitely had to do that with several colors. Mainly the black 310s. I have to dump them out, and basically I pull up any of the really, really curved bottom ones, and then I shake it, and then I have to get out ones that have holes on the top. It's a process. Like, there is no way I would work on black without having to over scrutinize the contents of the tray. And I'm not saying that's like bad on Jaded Gem Shop or anything like that, because that can be any diamond painting company, any kit. So it's just something that I have been aware of and that I make sure that I pay attention to. Otherwise, I'm going to look back on my kit and go, oh, and then I'm going to want to try to pull up a bunch of the diamonds because they got little holes in them, and I don't really want to have to do that because since I stabbed myself with the tweezers a lot anyways, me purposely using the tweezers and trying to pry something up, that just kind of seems like a recipe for disaster. Let's see, what else? Oh, okay, so I'm not good with with branching out with certain different kinds of, what's the word I'm looking for? Different apps, I guess you could say. So I did a YouTube short, never done a YouTube short, and I showed the progress on this kit just as an experiment, as I don't really know how many people watch shorts. I would love to know, what are your go-to, ways of viewing things? I mean, obviously, if you're watching me on YouTube, then you like YouTube. But do you watch shorts? Do you go on Facebook? Do you do Instagram or TikTok or, some of those things? I would love to know because I'm pretty active on YouTube and I'm active on Facebook. The rest of them, not so much. I was good with Instagram for a while, but I'm trying to think of how to say this without it coming off sounding bad, but I can't think of how to say it. So I just feel like whenever I post on Instagram for more than like a week or two, that's when I get some kind of weird and creepy messages in my direct message inbox, whatever Instagram calls it. Like people asking for personal information. And I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's real people, just being, curious, or if it's, creepy people, or if it's, a robot and they're just trying to fish to get information so they can hack me. I don't know, but it really creeps me out. And then I just go Instagram dark. And TikTok, I'm not good at TikTok. I don't like watching little blurby, like quick videos. So I don't understand how you would create them, and because I don't watch them. So again, I would love to know what other apps do you utilize? I definitely don't do Twitter or X or whatever it's called. I don't even know. And they're ones that I don't even know about. I think kids still use Snapchat. I honestly don't even know. I never had Snapchat or Vine or any of those ones either. Let's see. We are doing umbrella. Mr. Umbrella. So I did that. So yeah, it was more of an experiment to just see how it goes and, what the format, the uploading kind of. It definitely takes less to upload than a long YouTube video, I'll say that. It was pretty much instantaneous versus sometimes it can take up to over an hour for one YouTube video, depending on how fast things are progressing and moving along. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my videos for like, the next video or two, they're kind of out of order, but that's okay. It happens. It is what it is. Okay, there's a trash one. But the Christmas premiere list sign-up sheet thingy was announced, and I am on the schedule. So that's super exciting. Tentatively right now, because it could change because people might want to change and rearrange and, but tentatively, my video for the Christmas premieres will go up on the 26th of December, which is Boxing Day. And it is going to be at 8 a.m. Pacific time, which means that is 8, I said a.m. Hopefully I said a.m. 8 a.m. Pacific time. and that would be 10 a.m. Central Time, and I don't know other times. It could change. I will keep people updated, but that's exciting. And as far as I know, I should be able to be live in the chat. And if you're sitting there saying, what the heck is a Christmas premiere? I understand, because that's the same thing I was saying. And it's basically where a bunch of creators have 3 full days of a giant playlist of, people who have made videos. And if the creator can be in the live chat chatting when the video goes live, they will be, but it is not a requirement. And I think there's going to be like one master playlist, and then if you just have it on there, it will just automatically go to the next one and the next one and the next one. So that's a very condensed version. But obviously there are amazing people doing this, and even some creator friends. So I will definitely keep you updated and, share the list and all that jazz. And I don't really want to say this is the exact time, because, things can change. So, but as far as I know, that's when it is. And now that I say that, it will change. All right. I tried to do some of this square in advance. I tried to get ones that I thought might be hard to see with my overhead light, and no, what do you call it? Light pad. Okay, I had to pause there for a moment. People were coming downstairs and rummaging in cupboards and all the stuff. So, anywho, I don't know what I was saying. Was it amazing? I don't know, maybe. Let's see, what else? Oh yes, so teenager finally got a haircut. Oh my goodness. It was time. If you're new, my teenage son got a very traumatic haircut last year around, I think it was February actually. And he wanted it still kind of long and shaggy and disheveled. And the person was like, yeah. Then they basically pulled out clippers and just started shaving the sides of his head. Yeah. So he told me he was never getting a haircut ever again, which I don't blame him. Finally, after some, some negotiations back and forth, if you will, I convinced him to let me take him to see my hairstylist. He likes her. When he was little, she used to cut his hair. Then, he started going to school, and she moved to Ulta, and she started costing a lot more money. And I was like, don't really want to pay that much for a teenager's haircut, but I was like, if it means you're going to get a haircut, I will pay it. So we did it. She did not use the clippers on the sides of his head. All was well with the world. Thank goodness. It barely looks like she cut anything at all, which is what he wanted. I just wanted it kind of cleaned up, around the sides and not looking so just scraggly and stuff like that. I mean, it still looks like, messy teenage hair. But, God, it's a lot of money for for a haircut where you barely cut any hair, but that's okay. It looks better for the holidays now. And I mean, I technically get Ulta points, so really, it will help me in the long run. There were only a few of those in there. I probably did not need to pour that many into the tray, but that's okay. Come on, go in there. Let's see. I'm going to do G, I think, because I can see G. CG. been trying to take the dryer sheets out when I find them. Because I have a horrible habit of just leaving them in there, and then when I start de-kitting drills and stuff, then I just end up dumping them into the bags. And then I have to cut more dryer sheets, and so I have a little bag with dryer sheet pieces. I've been trying, but it's hard. It's hard. Let's see, and then, oh, so then there's the, Diamond Painting with Jack is doing a Hello Kitty event. I've done a tiny, tiny little section on one of my canvases, but not much, but it won't take much to do those. Those are more of a couch project than a, whoa, throwing the pen again, than an easel project. And I keep meaning to film a video with my easel that my husband made for me and my kind of setup, but I keep forgetting. And then I clean it up and I tidy it up, and then I think I'm going to do it, and then I don't. And then when I think, oh, I have time to do this, then the whole desktop is a mess. So yeah, it'll get done eventually. Jeez, we need the G's. Let's see, today is a holiday. It is Veterans Day, so I know it's going to be a day or two late, but huge, huge, huge thank you to the veterans out there. We would not be here if it wasn't for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And my mom's hearing aids died last week. She had one that was kind of participating and, behaving, and the other was hit or miss. Then the one stopped working completely, and then the other one stopped working. I called Costco because that's where we got them, and it had been longer than the hearing aids were, probably under warranty. And they said, well, yeah, she probably needs new ones, but, you got to have a hearing test. So I scheduled her for a hearing test, and the soonest they had was for today, which is a holiday. And I was like, I don't really want to come in on a Monday morning, but, her hearing kind of trumps what I want to do, because I would have rather been able to kind of sleep in and start the day off a little slower, but that's okay. We went to Costco, and I had a few things to purchase. So I dropped her off at the hearing center, and I got my few things. And I didn't realize that when you buy your stuff at Costco, you're not supposed to turn around and go back into the store area. So I had purchased some stuff, and I start kind of turning around to go back in through the self-checkout area because I needed to go back to the hearing aid center. And they're like, whoa, 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 what do you think you're doing? And I said, I gotta go get my mom because she's getting her hearing checked. And the guy's like, because I was buying something that was an electronic device. And, you have to give them the little thing and then they give it to you. He's like, you're not really supposed to do that. And I said, well, but she's part blind and she can't hear. And he's like, okay. He's like, just, you can go in, stay in that area, don't wander around the store. He said, and watch your package, because if somebody steals it, we can't replace it. And I said, oh my, okay. And I said, I promise I won't wander. You'll be able to see me right over there. So I went back over there, and I was good. I didn't wander. And he told me that I had to come back through the self-checkout when we left. And I said, I will do that. I will do that. So she got her hearing test and is going to get new hearing aids. We got to go back in a week to go get the new ones. But the cool thing is, the cool thing about hearing aids, but it is kind of cool, is that these ones are rechargeable. So they're kind of similar to AirPods in that Hang on, I'm looking for more G's. I don't see any, but I'm sure there are some. I miss so many symbols on this freaking canvas. It's ridiculous. They're like AirPods, where you wear them and then you take them out and you put them in the little charging case and they charge. So no more buying the little batteries that are all fiddly, and she would lose so many batteries because they're so small. And once they fall on the ground or they fall into her recliner chair, she can't see them. I mean, I would have a hard time seeing them too. So these are rechargeable, so we don't have to buy the little hearing aid batteries anymore. But she's got to go another week without hearing aids. So my husband actually, because she couldn't hear her TV because the TV is kind of far away from her chair, and we had these speakers that, you know, my son will use when he's playing his Xbox. It hooks up to the computer monitor, so he has sound. Well, he took those and he hooked those up so she had the speakers right next to her recliner, and so she didn't have to turn the TV up to, you know, practically 100 to hear it, and then, you know, maybe blow out the, you know, the speakers in the process and stuff. So she liked that idea because then she could hear it better and it didn't sound as distorted. He got her this, I don't know what it's called. It's made specifically for people who are hard of hearing. And it's this little, it almost looks like a little portable radio, but I don't fully understand how it works because I wasn't down there. But it basically sits on this little charging port. And then if you want to get up and, you know, maybe like go to a different area, you can take it with you and it still plays the sound from the TV. It's really cool. He brought it all the way from downstairs where she lives. He brought it upstairs into our living room, and it still wirelessly was connected to her TV. I thought that's pretty impressive. And so even after she gets her new hearing aids, I think she's gonna like that more than trying to have the TV sound. And maybe not. And it's just a good potential backup in case something happens. But then you need all sorts of, you know, special cords, and I'm so glad he understands how to do that crap because I don't. I could probably figure it out. But I don't want to do that right now. So that was exciting. So we ordered her new hearing aids today, and then we still had to go to the grocery store. And normally we are at the grocery store by 9:30 on a Monday morning. And today we did not get to the grocery store until almost 12. And it's a totally different grocery store experience at 12 than it is 9:30. It was very confusing. Well, they told me that the hearing test would only be probably 20 minutes. Yeah, no. Maybe the hearing test was 20 minutes, but then the sitting and talking and, you know, hashing out all the details and stuff. So it was more like an hour. And then we had to stop and get food for people because you're at Costco. People are going to want a chicken bake and a piece of pizza and all that. And the parking lot was just crazy because it's a holiday. So lots more people that probably would normally not be at a Costco at that time of day. The parking lot was full. It was raining. People don't stop for you in the parking lot when you're just walking. And, you know, then you get the people who are trying to take other people's parking spots, and then they want to wait, and then they block the entire row, but then other people are trying to go by and they can't. And I could just feel my eye twitching. Like, oh. Yeah, so that was dropped off my few things that I got at Costco at the house, and then we turned around and went to the grocery store, and that made my eye twitch some more. We came home and I was like, okay, just need a little break. Just need to not be around, you know, people who are power shopping and Instacarting and just, It's like, I'm fine if you want to do the Instacart thing, whatever. But when you almost run me over 4 times in the same store, you know, I'm going to do something. I don't know what, but I'm going to do something. Maybe I'll just throw myself on the floor in front of your cart and threaten to sue the grocery store or something. Ow, ow, I'm dying. No, just kidding. Oh, we had the cats. The cats. We had their gotcha day on Saturday. So naturally, when your cats, you know, have a, not birthday, you know, because their birthday was in September. So I was informed that I needed to go buy the cats some toys, you know, presents, and I was supposed to get them a special treat. Like, what am I supposed to get the cats as a special food treat? My daughter said cake, and I said, I don't think they're going to like cake. Our cats are kind of picky when it comes to treats. Yeah. So I went to the pet store and I said, excuse me, do you have any special treats, you know, for cats, like birthday cakes? And they said, not really cats, but we do have a lot for dogs, because dogs aren't usually as picky as cats. Yeah, I figured that. So they got some squeezy treat, you know, and I did buy whipped cream, but whipped cream is hit or miss with our cats. Sometimes they like it, sometimes they want nothing to do with it. But they got some new little furry mice toys, and they got some catnip toys, and oh yeah, they gave, at the pet store, they gave them each a peacock feather. That was thrilling. My daughter kept holding the peacock feather near her legs, and I kept having to remind her, you should not be putting that near your legs, because the way the cats were lunging and jumping, I think that one had a tab on it. I can't, yeah, it did. Like, your legs are going to be scratched up, girl. It's fine. Like, you say that now, but when the cat tears your leg open, I don't think you're going to be saying it's fine. What do I know? I'm just a lame adult. Luckily, no injuries were had. Always good. And then my husband and daughter decided they were going to go to Walmart, and I said, have fun. I don't want to go to Walmart on a Saturday. That sounds absolutely like a freaking nightmare. It's like, I will go shower and I will go pick something up. They went to Walmart, and she said, you know, is there anything you want? And I said, well, yeah, there's lots of things I want, but it's more like, is there anything I need? And I said, well, we need Kleenex. Can you get some Kleenex? Yes. And I said, and if you see any, you know, maybe like any little Christmas decoration things, you know, like maybe an ornament or something for your brother, because he likes Garfield, and stuff is hit or miss with Garfield to find it. She said, okay. So they come home and they have several bags. I'm like, why do you have so many bags? That's a lot of bags for, you know, you weren't gone that long. Yeah. They bought some stuff. They bought 2 inflatables from Walmart. Now, we have never had inflatables, like holiday inflatable things. We've never had them. Well, she said that we had to get the one that they got because it was Garfield. And, you know, I told her to get something with Garfield on it, and it was the only Garfield thing that she saw. I'm like, okay, sure. But we had to get a second one because they had Stitch. And I wanted a Stitch one, and it wouldn't be fair if he got one and I didn't get one. Like, that is logic that I would also use, so I cannot say anything against that. So now we have 2 yard inflatables. We went from 0 to 2 in a matter of seconds. I don't entirely know how they're supposed to work. I mean, I understand they inflate and they light up, but are you just supposed to like use an extension cord. I don't even know. That's not my department. I'm like, your dad needs to figure that out. That's not me. I do the things inside. I don't do that kind of things that require electricity and power and things that mix electricity and water together. No, not my thing at all. Oh my goodness. See all these dryer sheets. I had to go to the outlet mall. I swear, I've been to so many stores this past week. It's ridiculous. I had to go to the outlet mall to get a few Christmassy type things and scope out a few things as well. And I mean, the outlet mall has non-outlet stuff too. I guess they don't call it an outlet mall anymore. No, I think they do. I don't know. Whatever. And it was busy. Every store I walked into, I felt like I was being assaulted by the smell of perfume. I don't know if it's just because it's that time of year, but oh my gosh, even just walking into the outlet mall, the smell of perfume, it just assaulted my nose. And I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to last in here. But I went to the little kind of Japanese dollar store type place. And I went a few other places. That was interesting. And then I had to meet somebody at the McDonald's parking lot for something for one of the kids. And this McDonald's is not in the best area. It's a little questionable. I'm just going to say that. There's a lot of people who stand around outside some of these areas, that have, their signs are asking for money, and sometimes some of them will kind of like aggressively go up to cars when they're waiting for the lights to turn, and that makes me feel really uncomfortable. It was not my ideal to meet at this spot, but you know what I mean? You do it. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm sitting in my car, and I didn't really want to leave my car running because I didn't know how long I would have to sit there. So I turned the car off, but I have the locks locked because, yeah. And I have my little pocket knife in case, somebody tries to mess with me. But, with daylight savings time, dude, it got dark so fast. I was sitting there, and it was kind of, dusky, and then before I knew it, boom. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should turn on a light because I don't know how safe I feel sitting in the dark right now. And there were two guys using the parking lot, and I don't think they were doing anything with drugs or anything like that. But it almost looked like the guy had a trunk full of fruit, like yellow mangoes or something that looked kind of like yellow mangoes. And they were putting them in grocery bags, and they were putting the grocery bags on the ground. And I mean, there were probably 10 grocery bags full of what I think were yellow mangoes. It was really hard to see. And I didn't really want to get out of the car and be like, hey, what you guys doing? Because, scary McDonald's and dark, and, I did have my knife, but still. So I was just kind of casually watching from the corner of my eye, trying not to stare, but at the same time, I'm like, what are they doing? It killed time. It definitely killed some time, but yeah, I was glad to be driving and leaving that area, because I'm like, no, too many sirens for me. Thank you. I'll just keep going. Then, oh my gosh, so then we go to church on Sunday, and there was something I had seen on Facebook from Target, and it was this cardboard house kind of thing, but it was it's like a cardboard house but it's bigger than, you know, like, so, you know, could kind of, a kid could go in it basically. And you get to color it, and it's like a Christmas bakery. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. And I couldn't order it online. And I thought, well, maybe we could go to Target after church, right? As a family bonding. Yeah, I don't know what I was smoking, because that was not a not expensive trip at all. Because there's all this stuff, you know, and it's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. My husband's like, yeah, candy. Look at all the candy. Get some more candy. I'm like, I don't think we need more candy. But I'm like, okay. Yeah. And I like to go before Christmas, and, you know, if they see something they think they're going to want, then I take a picture of it, you know, to say, hey, well, maybe you'll get it for Christmas, or send it to, you know, grandparents or something for grandparenty ideas of things to buy them. Is that? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's the right one. I'm just making sure. My angle is a little weird. I couldn't tell if that was this symbol, but it is. And then we got the cats. It's a scratching post, but it's inside of a box that looks like a present. So they have a new Christmas scratching post / box, and Duncan would not even let us build the dumb thing before he was trying to get into it, because he loves his boxes. And he was trying to scratch the scratching post, but we were trying to put the cardboard outside around it. I'm just like, seriously, cat, just wait one freaking second. But no, he is impatient. So we've had them officially for 4 years. Ugh, I feel like it was just yesterday that I had a little sadness of guilt of, you know, it was during the virus time, and our state was locked up for a very long time. And even after they started kind of loosening restrictions and stuff like that, our state was still very, things are very scheduled. Like, if you want to go to the zoo, you got to schedule a time, and it's, you know, delayed entry and all this other crap. And so there was not a lot that we could do in our state. So I had a very weak moment, because our last cat had passed away about a year before. And we were like, we're not getting any more animals. That's it, you know. We wanted to have furniture that wasn't torn up and all that stuff. Well, I had a weak moment, and the people in my house pounced on that weak moment and took advantage of it, because I said, well, maybe we could get a kitten or a cat. And that was it. Before I knew it, that weekend, we had adopted 2 kittens. And that was it. I thought it would take longer, just because, you know, I figured, you know, because we were trying to rescue one through a rescue, and we wanted 2 kittens, because we wanted, you know, them to have friends. And I figured it would be oh yeah, you know, there's a big long line ahead of you, etc., etc. Nope. No, there wasn't. I filled out the application form, and within 5 minutes they called me, and they said, oh yes, we actually have some kittens available right now. And I said, oh, I was thinking after Christmas. And they're like, oh, no, if you wait till after Christmas, you know, that's not good. And, you know, we might not have any kittens. So we have some right now. How about you look at our website and see, you know, what 2 kittens you want? And I'm like, okay. And, you know, and the kids are like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm not mentally ready for kittens. I was ready for kittens after Christmas. Nope, that's not how it worked. And my my husband actually had to take my son somewhere that weekend. And so it was just me and my daughter. And so we went to the place and picked out the kittens and brought them home. And I was, oh man, it was very interesting, I will say, because I did not really know what to expect. It'd been a while since I had a kitten. And the last time we had pets, we got a mom cat and her kitten. And the mom cat, you know, kind of kept the kitten in check, right? Like, you're acting a fool, knock it off. Come over here, you know, pick him up, drag him over. We had 2 kittens that were unhinged. They were bouncing all over everything. I had all the doors in the house closed. I was like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? Like, they're never going to sleep. I mean, they would sleep for like 5 minutes at a time, and then they would wake up and have zoomies, and yeah. So, but they did calm down. But I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea. Maybe they need to go back. But, you know, by then you're already in love with them, and you just learn to embrace the chaos. But yeah, so 4 years. 4 years we've had Duncan and Sharky. Let's see, where, oh good, yeah, there's a few more of those in here. And we have an automatic cat feeder. The automatic cat feeder needs to be filled, you know, with cat food, obviously. And they just get a little bit of dry food in the morning. It's mainly so they're not annoying and wake everybody up to be fed. Well, you know, with time changes and stuff like that, the cat feeder did not get moved to, you know, the right time, which was fine. But then the other morning I woke up and both cats were sitting by the door to our bedroom, and one of them kept running in front of me, and usually they're not like that, and I'm like, what the heck? And then the other one almost tripped me as I was going down the stairs, and I did not understand, and I was trying to, you know, get the coffee made, all this stuff, and the one cat is just rawr, rawr, I mean, acting like he's dying. And the other cat's just sitting there staring at me in the kitchen. I said, what is your damage? So finally I went into the dining area where we have the cat feeder. And a lot of times they'll leave a few pieces of food in it, but that thing was empty. And I opened it up, and yeah, it was not full. I said, oh, that's why you're being annoying. And so as soon as I popped the lid open, and we have to put a hand weight on top of it, because if we don't, they will try to open it and help themselves. Super helpful. So as soon as I opened that thing, Duncan was practically trying to jump into the area where the cat food is. So I had to fill it. Luckily, we had dry cat food. That would have been bad. So, I mean, we have wet food, but one cat really likes dry food. One really likes wet food. They'll both eat both of them, but they definitely have different favorites. And then I never watched the automatic feeder go off, so I didn't really know how much food they eat of the dry food. So I just kind of put some in the little bowl area, and I'm pretty sure I put too much. And I was like, maybe not. And so I tried to take some of it back, and Duncan grabbed at my hand, and luckily I had a long sleeve sweatshirt on, so he did not scratch me, but no, cat, you are not going to be scratching me. Let's see. That was the pen. That was not me farting. I promise. It was the pen. Let's see, what else? I'm not really sure. I'm sure there were other things that happened this week, but my brain can only remember so many things before it short circuits. Yeah, this week is a short week because Veterans Day. Last week was a short week because we had the end of the quarter. And then next week, we have a short week. I don't remember why. Oh, next week is parent-teacher conferences. And then the following week, I think it's Thanksgiving. So there's not been 1 week in November that my kids have gone to school for a full week. Okay, I can't tell what... Oh, that was an E. Of course it was an E. Well, you know what? It's just going to be navy blue this time. It's fine. Oh my gosh, I just realized. I think today is the AliExpress 11/11 sale. Oh, well, it might be too late. But if it's not, if you're looking at, you know, spare drills or things for cross-stitch conversion, today would have been the day. Maybe they go longer. I don't know. I'll have to check. Not that I need any spare drills or canvases or really any more stuff. But sometimes we just get because we want, not because we need. There's that. I am not sure. I wish I would have tried to estimate how long this canvas would take me. But it's kind of it's a hard one to estimate because I don't work on this only. Like, I didn't work on this at all in, what do you call it? October. At all. Oh, I think if I worked on it only, I probably would have it done by now. But it's hard. It's hard to know what you want to work on. And I do not like to limit myself to, you know, just one canvas. I like to have options. And I'm trying to get my, ow, was sitting on my leg and now my leg's asleep. Was trying to get my Christmas canvases situated and figured out and all that stuff. I definitely have the Bella Art Diamonds one. And then I have another one that I did mention, and some people were saying, yeah, go ahead, work on it, you know. But, and I don't know if this is true or not, because I literally just saw it before I started filming, so I'm not trying to spread misinformation or anything like that. But I saw somebody post on the Facebook group for the company of the canvas that I wanted to work on. And they were saying, somebody said, hey, is your website, you know, not working? Because it's coming up with like an error message. And so I went to the company's website and it looked like their website did not work. And I don't know if that's maybe just like a network, you know, glitch, or if that's something like the company isn't existing anymore. I don't know. And if that is in fact the case, then I'm like, okay, then do I work on the kit even though the company isn't, you know, existing? Yeah. I mean, people work on Craftably's and they don't exist, or they work on other companies and they don't exist, so maybe. We will see. I have time. I'm just kind of trying to plan things out just a little bit, you know, just pretend like I'm organized, even though I'd feel like I'm completely unorganized. Is that? Yes, that is. That is a hashtag pound sign, which that's always going to be a pound sign to me. I don't care what anybody says. Not a hashtag. It is a pound sign. I called it that one day, and one of my kids looked at me like I was absolutely nuts. Like, a what? A pound sign? I'm like, yes, a pound sign. What's a pound sign? Like that's a hashtag. No, that's a pound sign. The younger generation. They're so cute. So clueless, but so cute. Okay, did I get all the hashtag pound signs? I can't tell what that is. I think that's 3 dots. I have to get my face really close to some of these at this angle, and I don't need you seeing my messy old hair. So, all right, I think I am going to call that good for right now. Let me unzoom a little bit. So there we are. I just have a few more in that section. I will fill those in off camera. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you have not, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, hearting, farting, doing all the things. And I will see you guys again very, very soon. Big awkward hugs. Bye guys.